Hello, you're watching Kalike, and today I have come up with a new numerical on a velocity time graph this time. So let's see what the numerical is. The velocity time graph of a particle in one-dimensional motion is shown in the figure. So here's the figure. So you have velocity on y-axis and time on x-axis. So this is the graph. Okay. So the graph, from the graph you can actually make out that between the time t1 and t2, the motion is non-uniform. That means it doesn't have a constant velocity. It is moving with varying velocity, and hence it is under acceleration. Okay, so let's read what we have to find out looking at this graph. Which of the following are correct for describing the motion of a particle over the time interval t2 to t1? So over this time interval t2 to t1, there are certain equations of motion being mentioned, and you have to just find out which of these equations of motion would actually describe the motion that is encompassed during this time delta t. So first one is x of t2 is equal to x of t1 plus v into t2 into t2 minus t1 minus half a t2 minus t1 whole square. Now I'll just simplify this and write it down. X of t2 is the position at time t2. X of t1 is position at time t1. So this can be written as x2 and this can be written as x1. V of t2 is the velocity at time t2. So you can just call it as v2 into t2 minus t1, which is nothing but delta t, the difference in time, half a into delta t whole square. So I'll rewrite this and we can check whether that will describe the given non-uniform motion in the numerical, right? So if I write this down, I'll just show you. It can be rewritten as, so first one, x of t2, which was x2, is equal to x of t1, I'll write it as x1, plus v of t2, so I'll call it as v2, and t2 minus t1, I will write it as delta t, plus half into a into delta t whole square, right? Now let us compare it with what was given, right? So this was the equation given, x of t2, x of t1, vt2, t2 minus t1, half a delta t whole square. So I have just rewritten it. I've rewritten the equation and I want to check if it represents a non-uniform motion described in the graph. When I look at this graph, when I look at this equation, or when you look at this equation, it's very obvious it almost looks dimensionally incorrect. Because the equation that we are aware of is x2 is equal to x1 plus v into t plus half a t square. But you have a delta t here, and then you have v2. Sorry, I forgot to mention t. There is a t as well as here, v2 t2, right? So this looks almost dimensionally incorrect. So let us check the dimensions of the equation. Now the dimensions on the left hand side is x2. So dimensions of this, it has just got length, right? You measure the distance or displacement in meter. So let us check the dimensions on the RHS. First, let me check the dimensions of x1. So x1 has a dimension length. Okay, so these two match. That's good. Now if I take v2 t2 into delta t, so velocity has a dimension of length, time minus 1. Time can be written as t, delta t is again t. So this is L minus 1, and you have plus 1 and plus 1 here. So this becomes plus 2. Plus 2 minus 1 will be L into t, which does not match with the LHS. And then you have half a delta t square. So half doesn't have any dimension, so I'll just write, yeah, this has got a square. So acceleration is Lt minus 2. Delta t square is t plus 2. So this gets cancelled. You remain with L. Yes, this does match with the dimensions of the LHS, but you have a term in this equation which doesn't actually match with the dimensions of the LHS. So obviously the first one is ruled out. This is ruled out. This equation which is mentioned is not correct. Dimensionally wrong. Right? So that doesn't satisfy the given scenario in the graph. Anyway, it's dimensionally incorrect. That equation itself is incorrect. Now it says V of T2, which is nothing but V2, is equal to V1 plus A into delta T, right? So let's rewrite this equation. I'll rewrite for your sake and find out if it represents the motion given in the graph. So what's the equation given? The equation given is V of T2 is equal to V of T1 plus A into T2 minus T1. So this can be rewritten as V2 is equal to V1 plus A into delta T or T2 minus T1. So in other words, this can also be written as A is equal to V2 minus V1 divided by T2 minus T1. But yes, here it does not mention whether it is average acceleration or anything. You see from the graph it's a non-uniform motion, so this does not represent non-uniform motion. For non-uniform motion, you can only find the average acceleration from this equation. So it does not mention, so this does not represent a non-uniform motion. So B is also ruled out. Now what's the next equation given? The next equation is V average. So you can find out the average velocity from the graph. Now what's the equation given? x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. That looks perfectly fine because it can be written as V average is equal to delta x by delta t, in other words, right? Because it is x2 minus x1 divided by t2 minus t1, and this looks perfect. So you can easily find out the average velocity using that equation from the graph. So it's perfectly all right. The second one is very similar to this. So it says average acceleration is given by x2 minus delta v by delta t. Yes, we do find out the average acceleration using this equation. So this also represents the situation given in the graph between the time t2 to t1. Then you have another equation which is again I think dimensionally wrong. So it's got x of t2 is equal to x of t1 plus v average t2 minus t1 and then plus half into a t2 minus t1. So this is dimensionally incorrect. This has got the dimensions of length. This has got the dimensions of length. They match. This has got the dimensions of this will be LT minus 1 into T. Yeah, you get L. And then you get L here as well. But this is for a uniform motion, right? And it also says V average. You cannot have V average. V average has, so I'll write it, So it is just simply V. You cannot write it as V average. And hence it does not represent a non-uniform motion here. So this equation is wrong. V average has a different dimension. So what are the dimensions of V average? Dimensions of V average will be, so it is simply V minus, L into T minus 1. It is the same. So you cannot have V average here. So this is also ruled out for the situation given in the graph. Well, the last one, delta x represents the area under the VT curve bounded by the time axis and the dotted line shown. So this area that you have under the VT curve actually does represent delta x, which is the displacement. So we know the area under a VT graph does give you the displacement. So it is x2 x of x2, which is nothing but x2 minus x1. So you can find out this by finding out the area under the curve that is bounded by these two dotted lines. I hope you have understood this. So this is just another example of understanding or finding out understanding the, how to find out displacement and how to find out average acceleration, average velocity using a velocity time graph. I hope you have understood it. For more videos, please like and subscribe and click on the bell icon. Thank you.